Get Real Girls was released in 2001 with a purpose to be different from Barbie, to be a doll with a more realistic body type. The doll line focused on sports and athleticism as well as play for children. The dolls were a diverse group of girls, all who which had a different sport that they were participating in, and the girls were from all different places around the world. Examples being Nini from Africa, or taking an adventure in Africa. I wasn't 100% sure. The doll line also chose sports that were not stereotypically girl sports, so they chose sports like soccer, basketball, scuba diving, surfing, and adventure backpacking instead of sports like gymnastics, dance, ballet, cheer, that tend to be more girl oriented. I did have difficulty attempting to find the company that was on the box, or the company that made the dolls, because there was no company on the box outside of the Get Real Girls, which makes me think that the line may have been its own standalone line. I do know that the two creators of the doll line, one of them is the CEO of a sports equipment company, so maybe the two of them chose to make the doll line. I'm not sure. I do know that the doll line did not make it past the 6 main girls. I think it's 6. However, and was later discontinued. However, the company did go on to having a Kickstarter in 2016 where they raised $44,000. However, I wasn't able to tell if they were actually ever made any products. I did my best to research it, but all I could find is that they made $44,000. I could not find if they actually ended up pushing out any other products like dolls or anything. So I'm not really sure what the Kickstarter was for. Anyways, however, I do know, like I said, they made the dolls, but they also made a few fashion packs to go with it. Dolls were obviously there to focus on sports and athleticism, so the dolls came with sports equipment that coincided with whatever sports they were supposed to be playing, as well as the dolls had more of an athletic build and muscles, thicker thighs, that kind of vibe, as well as a decent amount of articulation with movement at the head, the arm, the elbow, the wrist, I can bend it, the leg, a double joint at the knee, and foot. They also wore undergarments like sports bra and underwear for more modesty. Also, I forgot chest articulation. How could I have forgotten that? But the dolls were attempting to be a bit more modest in their looks. The dolls themselves were said to have softer features in their face, less makeup, softer features. Where's my other doll to show you? This face, which actually I don't mind. I actually think it's quite cute. This doll still needs to be fixed up for a quick reference, but she looks cute. Let me show you my other one. This is Claire. I think she's the scuba diver, and she's just giving a weird smirk. Like I said, I like this one better. They also use this with Nini, which is the other doll that I have. I just am not the biggest fan of her little smirk, but nonetheless, I think that these dolls are really cute. I definitely really enjoy the concept. I just wish that less companies went about creating doll lines and bashing other dolls. It just really bothers me. There's so many other companies that have done that, and I just think that people can make dolls and not, I know that it wasn't a crazy bash. It just always really irritates me and annoys me when they're like, we're making dolls that aren't Barbie because Barbie sucks. And I like Barbie, okay? Anyways, I'm Actab. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have ever heard of this doll line. If you have any of these dolls, let me know any other dolls that you were excited about. But yeah, that's all for the video. Bye!